my channel. Today I did kind of like a summer inspired look. I used a little bit of pop color, so if you want to know more on this look, stay tuned. I feel so dumb every time I say that. Okay, so I'm going to first apply Urban Decay's Primer Potion, and that's going to be my base for this eye look. And I'm just going to use a little bit. This eyeshadow primer is great, but I have to set it with another eyeshadow or else it just looks gross. And I'm going to set it with MAC's Brule, and it's just like a white, like an off-white eyeshadow. Okay, so next I'm going to apply Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek, and it's just this warm brownish color. Yeah. And I'm just going to pop that like in my crease, and it's going to act as my transition color. And I'm using a 217 brush. Now I'm going to apply Saddle by MAC, and it's also a warm color. It's just to deepen up my crease a little bit. So I'm going to be using the same brush, the 217, just to apply that. And you don't want to bring it down too far because that's where we're going to put the yellow. And just focus it mainly on your crease. Now, this is going to be the last eyeshadow that I'm going to be using for my crease area, and I'm going to be using Corduroy by MAC. It's just this dark matte brown, and it looks like that. But yeah, you can use any brown that you have, and I'm going to use the Morphe M441 to pop that in there. And you want to work a little bit lower than where you applied the saddle. Okay, so now for the yellow. As you can see, I already applied it on this eye. So to make it really pop, I'm going to apply NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk as my base, and I'm just going to be using a flat brush to apply that. And what this is going to do, it's going to help the yellow like show up really vibrant, and that's what we want because it's summer. So I'm not being really perfect in how I'm applying this because it's going to blend out anyways. So the yellow that I'm going to be using is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Artist Palette, and it's called Phresh. And to apply that, I'm going to be using a 213 brush. And I'm just going to pat it on my lid. Now we're going to blend. And I'm just going to be using the M441 with no additional product. And it should look something like that. Okay, so we're done with the eyeshadow, and let's go ahead and do the face. Okay, so I've prepped my skin with Mario Badescu. It's a facial spray. It has rose water and herbs. This stuff is really great if you have dry skin. I have a combination of oily and dry skin, but I still like to use it before I apply my foundation and stuff, just because it makes my skin feel refreshed and it just smells really good. So I would definitely recommend that. I talked about it in my May favorites, and you can get it on Amazon. I believe this one is 4 ounces, and it was only $7, so definitely check that out. I pretty much use it as I would use Studio Fix Plus, so definitely check that out. For my primer, I'm going to be using Smashbox Photo Finish, foundation primer. It's pretty well known, and I'm just going to be using a little bit. Mainly focusing in my T-zone. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's for dark circles. It looks like this, and I'm in the shade Neutralizer. And I've tried putting this on top of my foundation, but I feel like it just doesn't work as well. So I'm just going to apply it under. To blend that, I'm just going to be using a random brush that I have. I don't really know where it's from, but okay, so the foundations I'm going to be using today are the MAC Face and Body and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. For this one, I'm in the shade Sun Beige, and in this one, I'm not sure. I think it's C3. Yeah, I think it's C3. I like the combination of both of these. I can't use this one by itself because I feel like it's too matte. If you have really oily skin, I would definitely check this out. I feel like I have a couple dry patches, so it kind of catches on those, and I don't really like the look of that, but when I mix it with this one, it gives it that really glowy look. So, but I've heard of people mixing it with the NARS All Day Luminous as well, so definitely check that out. This face and body one is really, really dewy. And I'm mostly going to be focusing on the outer parts of my skin. Maybe like a little bit right there. Now to blend this out, I'm going to be using the Morphe M439, and this is my favorite brush. It's like a really great buffer. And first I'm going to be kind of patting it where I put it. Alright, so we have our foundation done, and since it's summer, I really want that glowy look, and so for my bronzer, or this is going to be like my base, but I'm going to be using the Soleil Tan de Chanel, and it's like this really, it's kind of like a mousse, and it has a really pretty finish. And to apply that, I'm using an e.l.f. Small stippling brush. So as you can see, it gave me that really nice subtle glow, and that's just going to be like my transition. And so next I'm going to be using Milani's Baked Bronzer in Soleil, and I'm just going to pat that on top with an angled brush. So for my under eye, I'm going to be using MAC Select Cover Up in NC20, and this is going to act as my highlight under my eye and on my nose. And I like to apply this by applying it to a note card, just because I don't want to get it on my hand and then have it be everywhere. So I'm just going to be using this foundation brush to apply this. And I'm going to go in like a triangle shape. So now that we have that on, let's go ahead and blend. Now it's obviously not completely blended. I just really wanted to get into my under eye. And so to blend it out completely, I'm going to be using the foundation brush that I use to apply my foundation. Now to set my under eye, I'm going to be using Makeup Forever's HD powder, the translucent one. And I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush to apply this. To contour my nose, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm just going to be using this angled brush. Now let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. I'll come back to the face later. So for my eyeliner, I'm going to be using MAC's Costa Rica. It's this warm brown. And it's one of my favorite eyeliners just because I feel like it warms up my eyes instead of just using black. Next I'm going to be taking Saddle and just applying that right under the waterline. And I'm going to be using a 212 brush. Now I just want like a little inner corner highlight, and I'm going to be using that same yellow that we used on our top lid to put right there. So I'm going to be doing like a very thin wing. I'm going to be using Makeup Geek's Immortal Gel Liner and a Real Techniques brush to apply this. And you really just want to take your time with this. I did my liner and I was like, oh okay, I'm going to do really thin, and it didn't end up that way. But whatever. Makeup is all about experimenting, so at least the wing came out alright. Okay, so I get really stressed out every time I do a wing because I'm like, please don't mess up, because I really don't want to start all over again. So for lashes, I'm going to be using the ones from LA Splash, and they look like these. Yeah. So I'm just going to pop these on and I'll be right back. So my eyelashes are on, and while they were drying, I just went ahead and did my eyebrows. If you guys want a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, just let me know in a comment below and I'll definitely do that for you guys. Basically, if you're curious, I use the MAC's Deep Dark Brunette Fluid Line for my brows, and then for my highlight, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Bro Duality to highlight right under. I don't really use the shimmery one, I just use this light peachy color. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara, and I'm going to be using the Loreal Paris Telescopic to blend my eyelashes with the falsies. And if you've seen my other videos, you know this is like my favorite mascara right now. Now let's just finish up the face, and for blush I'm going to be using MAC's Peaches. This is like my favorite blush. It's almost gone, but I have a backup, so it's all good. I'm going to be using the MAC's 109 brush to apply this. And this color is like perfect for summer because it's really warm and peachy. Hence the name. For my highlight, I'm going to be using the BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. And it's like my favorite highlighter ever. Basically, I use this every day. No joke. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on the tip of my nose. For lips, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in Vintage. This is like my go-to lip gloss, just because it matches everything and it smells like cake. So look how pigmented that is. Yes. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This is so fun just for, you know, summer or, you know, just anytime. I'm not really used to wearing pops of color like yellow. I tend to stay more in my comfort zone, which is like the neutral browns, warm browns, and, you know, just neutral colors. But this is fun, you know. I love trying out new things, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.